guys, it's Louise here from Crazy Borgies. I hope you're all well and fine. Today's video is going to be an unboxing, and this one has been sent to me by the lovely people at Biggestcraft. So it is a cross stitch unboxing. So they reached out to me via email and asked me to review some products, and you guys know I've done lots of collaboration videos with Biggestcraft and I do like their products, and so I chose a few items and here we are today. So first and foremost, before I start the unboxing, if I could ask you to just please like, subscribe, share, comment down below, follow me on TikTok and Instagram on Crazy Borgies Diamond Art, and hit that little notification bell which will notify you of my future video uploads. Okay, so let's get straight onto this unboxing. So huge thank you to Biggestcraft once again. Let's have a look, see what's in here. Ooh. Okay, so I have I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 items to show you today, so that's going to be exciting. So I think what I'm going to do, because I don't want this video to be too long, and you know that I love to chat guys, is I'm going to do 2 products in today's videos, and then the next 2 I'll do in a few days time. So I'll do, this will be part 1 of 2 parts for Biggestcraft. That's what I'm going to do. Okay guys, because you know I like to talk, and yeah. Okay, right, let's get started with the first kit. So as usual, all links will be provided in the video description box, along with any discount codes that I do have. From the top of my memory, or the top of my brain, or whatever, I can't talk, is no discount code for Biggestcraft as of yet, but if they do provide me with one, then I will put it in the video description. Okay, I will also provide a link so you can hop straight onto their website, and obviously a link for any items, all the products shown today. Okay guys, I'm very tired. I've really got to try not to film in the evening like this, because I really get my words all jumbled up when I'm tired, even more so than usual. Because it's the only time Rio's quiet, guys. Otherwise, you know, she's squawking her head off and she's asleep at the moment. So I thought, you know what, perfect time to film when they're all asleep, and that includes the parrot. Okay, so let's have a look here. So the first kit I chose, whoops, is this one. As usual, it's a bright colourful pattern, as you guys know that I love bright colourful patterns. DIY Cross Stitch is the brand, and let's have a look. See, I think it's an 11 count. Yes, it is an 11 count Ada cloth. Let me just zoom you out a bit guys, hang on a sec. It's a little bit better. So I'm just going to put the floss to one side. Beautiful colours though, I can see. Okay. So it's 11 count Ada cloth, and it is 40 by 40. So not too big at all. And for an 11 count, this is a nice size actually. I might get this done fairly quickly. I'm not the fastest stitcher in the world, but from what I can see, the print is really clear on it. So it's a, can't talk again, 129 stitches by 129 stitches. We've got our 2 needles in the back here. Okay, they're a little bit sharp, but not too much. They're not the flat-nosed ones though. But there they are. And I think that, you know, this looks quite an easy one to stitch because there's not too much in the way of confetti. Sort of like there's a little bit, but manageable. It's not like every other stitch is a different colour. So you could do all of one symbol first, so to speak. And anywhere that you see a large number is basically like this, that is basically colour blocked areas. Okay, so I'm just looking here. We have 25 colours on this one. We have a large thumbnail here and all the DMC codes here, along with the symbol on this side and the actual colour of the floss on this side. So it's important to remember that this is just this is a stamped kit and it is a guide, okay, for your stitches. So it is not going to look like this once you have stitched on it. Okay, so the symbol for number 1, for example, is pink, but really the colour is a light greenish or light yellowish green sort of shade. Okay, and the same green is like a reddish brown there. So it's important to remember that, because I think for all my learners, all my beginners, so to speak, even when I was beginning just learning cross stitch, it was very, very difficult to get into my head that this is just the stamp. It is not what the end result is going to look like. The end result should be the picture here. Okay, it should be. So the chart that they've given is this. Now I would have liked to have seen it a bit larger for those of us that suffer with problem with the eyes, but you know what, I can see it, I can clearly see it, and because it's an 11 count I can see the symbols really clearly. You know, the stamp on this kit is really quite good. There's bold colours and you can clearly see the symbols. I'm just trying to have a look at the symbols now to see if there's any that are sort of repeating themselves. There are a couple that repeat themselves, but they're different colours, which is good. Okay. So there is one in a blue with a little arrow pointing that way, or a little, you know, a little whatever it's called pointing that way, but it's got a blue background. And then the one underneath it, 21, is just on a white background. So trying to see, you know, we do have a few little squiggles, one pointing that way, one pointing that way. It can be a bit confusing, but then we have got that chart to go by as well. So over here, so this light purple is, I'm supposing, number 21. And then we have, I'm just trying to get my bearings on this, guys. We have a couple of arrows pointing up as well. That one there. And there and there. So it's important to just pay attention. But I think, you know, when you're stitching, you do sort of notice if the arrows point in a different way. So for example, we've got an arrow pointing this way and one pointing that way. So yeah, and obviously the the stamp is quite clear on this one, which is good. And the thing that I'm liking is the print or the symbol is actually on the square, because as you guys know, I am working on a large one at the moment, Romantic Sky, and the print is slightly off. It's better the further down the Ada cloth you come, but when the stamp on the Ada cloth is even just a bit off, it can really play tricks with your mind when you're stitching, so to speak. It's very stiff, but that will loosen up once I get stitching. As you guys know, I stitch in hand, so I just sit there holding it. Sometimes I roll it and stitch, sometimes I just have it open and stitch, sometimes I might just, you know, fold over one corner. It doesn't matter, because once you complete it, you will wash it to get the stamp off, and then you can iron it on the back of your stitching if you want to get it really straight. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter how you stitch it, to be honest, whether it's in a frame or whether it's in hand, however is most comfortable with you. Okay, so let's have a look here. So the actual stitching area is not going to be 40 by 40. That is the overall Ada cloth size. Okay, so it's important to remember that as well, because I can tell just by looking at it that it's not 40 by 40. But let me get a tape measure just to double check. Okay guys, I'm back with my little tape measure here, and it is, the stitching area is about 30.5 centimeters. So as I said, it's important to remember that the overall Ada cloth size, when you're looking up products on websites, that size up here, 40 by 40, is the whole Ada cloth. It's not the stitching area. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, I think this is going to be really beautiful once stitched. There we go. Really nice vibrant colours, and yeah, it should be quite fun to stitch. Let's have a look at the floss colours on this one. So we have 25 of them, and they are beautiful. These colours are just so vibrant. I'm just seeing here, number 17 is 3371. Okay, which is a really dark brown. It looks like black here, but it's not. It's like a really dark brown. But anyway, I'm just talking out loud, guys. I'm just going to try and get here. Let's just move the cloth to one side. Okay. It's so quiet, you could hear a pin drop in my house at the moment. Not used to it. Come on, why won't you go in that? Whoops, that's too near. Okay. Just giving it a little shake. So the first lot of colours are coming in now, and just laying them on this piece of paper so that you can see. We have a lovely light green. That's the first colour that I was talking to you about on the Ada cloth. Beautiful deep red there. Another shade of like a yellowy green, bright pink, a red, just one strand of red, another light green, a magenta purple colour, an orange, yellows, browns, just really beautiful, guys, and they feel really soft as always. Lots of yellows, because there is like a sunflower on this one, I think. So it's a gorgeous orangey yellow. It's a yellow but with a slight orangey, a dark yellow, shall we say. Couple of browns there. Beautiful rich green. Lovely shine on the floss as well. Blues. That's a really dark brown. I thought it was black, but it's not. It's dark brown. And then another red. And then on the other side, let me just on this side, once I sort myself out here, is more browns, sort of like an orangey brown there. Beautiful pinks. Look at those pinks, they're beautiful. And some light blue and some more blue there as well. But it's really soft floss, this one, really soft. So gorgeous colours on this one, most definitely. I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful once stitched. And I'm just loving these pinks as well. These are gorgeous. Lots of floss, so I think it's highly unlikely we are going to run out of any. But obviously I will let you know once I start stitching it, which will probably be in 2052. Only joking. No, I will get round to stitching it fairly soon because I really like this one. And I think it should work up pretty quick as well. All the kits I've chosen as usual are just full cross stitch kits, no back stitch, no other stitches involved, no half stitch, no French knots, none of that. So it's just full cross stitch kits. That's what I tend to stay to. I know I've got to try and push myself out of my comfort zone a bit more, but you know, it's like anything, you get comfortable with stitching what you can do, but I know I need to push myself with the back stitch especially. So there we go. That's the first kit. I'm just loving those colours. They're very spring sort of colours, those. Excellent. Okay, hold on one second. I'm just going to get the next kit out, so hold on. Okay, so number 2 kit I've got for you today. Let's have a look and see what goodies are in here then. So again, it's 11 count Ada cloth. I don't know why I didn't choose. Did I choose any 14 count in this one? Yes, I did. But that's for part 2, okay? So, okay, let me just turn it over. It is this. So, just a real peaceful beach scenic view. I'm all about the beach at the moment, guys. I think I'm secretly craving it. Craving the beach, yes. Isn't it beautiful? So I just loved the sun setting, the reflections, and I think the shadings of this will be really, really nice. Okay, and also I've never cross-stitched a beach scene before, so I thought, I might give that a go. So again, the brand is DIY Cross Stitch. I didn't say, but none of the edges on the other one were serged either. None of them were. So with DIY Cross Stitch, they don't tend to serge the edges, which is something that I wish they would do, because it is a pain when it starts coming undone. So, but this doesn't look too bad. Okay. Right, let's put the floss to one side for now. Okay, so this one is 36 centimetres by 46 centimetres. Okay. It's 150, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 155 stitches by 112. So 112 by 155 stitches. So yes, is it all in camera there? Just about. So we have only 16 colours on this one, which is a surprise. I would have thought there'd have been more than that. Okay. The stamp is okay. It's not brilliant. And I'll tell you where we're going to have the main problem is here. Because there are a couple of different colours going on in there. And because they've charted it with this symbol, which is just a block colour of dark brownish red colour, with one that has just a tiny little dot. But as you can see, the tiny little dot, wow, is just, you can barely see the tiny little dot in the middle of this. So what they've tried to do is put these larger numbers here, 4 here, 4 here, and then 15 up here. But you'd have to pay attention to this chart most definitely on this one, because otherwise you could quite easily miss, do a few wrong stitches. But then realistically, we've got, I mean, yeah, it would sort of show, because one is I mean, they're both, let's have a look here. They're both yellowish colours. So one is slightly darker than the other. But if you want to get that shading right, then you would have to pay attention, wouldn't you, really? But I mean, you know, one thing I'd say is if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world, especially as they are both yellows. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so let me just see if there's any other symbols. I would have liked to have seen this chart slightly bigger again. Just purely for those of us, as I said, with eye problems. I can clearly see it, but I think what they should always do is do half on one side enlarged and then half on the other side. That would be the best way going forward. Okay, but there is a lot of colour blocking here, so it should be a fairly easy stitch, perfect for beginner. I'm just going to zoom you out because I don't feel like, if it will let me. No, it won't. Hang on. There. Yeah, I think this is perfect for beginner. We've got a nice thumbnail there. We don't have too many different colour changes here as well. 16. And it is, there's a few little patches of confetti, but not much, if I'm honest with you. So it would be quite easy for a beginner to do. So yeah, it's quite stiff. I'm just wondering, the needles are in the back here as well. Again, we get 2 needles with it as always. These aren't as sharp. So yeah. So I think, yes, this one would work up really easily as well. And if you are a fast stitcher, you'd be able to do this pretty quickly, I'd imagine. It's not too big, 36 by 46. But again, that is the overall size of the Ada cloth, not the stitching area. Okay, so the symbols, as I said, print could be a bit better. But, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, down here as well, we've got the same, gonna have the same problem with the dots in the middle. And I'm not quite sure what these symbols are down here. Yeah, I mean, the print is not great. Even the numbers aren't great, to be honest with you. But it is the brand DIY cross stitch. You know, that's just, it's just how it goes. It's really hit and miss with DIY cross stitch. So that's the thumbnail there. And as I said, you've got all your codes there, your floss codes, and the symbols on that side and the actual colour of the floss on that one. You'd really just have to go by the floss, by this chart here. You'd have to really just go by that one and not not rely on the symbols so much. I mean, there's parts of it that are okay, that you can clearly see where the large numbers are printed. But I'd say it's going to be a challenge for someone who has eye problems for sure. So I'm just trying to see here. We have 2 shades of blue. One with a dot in the middle, black dot, which I'm presuming is this here. I mean, we can clearly see the difference between that and that symbol. But again, they have done a black. So why didn't they just do that for this one? It would have been a bit easier to see if they'd have done the same thing. Put a black dot instead of this little, I wouldn't even call it a dot. I'd call it like just a little pin mark or something. I don't know. Yeah, slightly unsure about this one. It's not the greatest kit that I've seen, to be honest with you. Even the print up here is really not good. It's all blurry, and to me it looks like maybe the print is running out a bit. But I mean, I'm just seeing over this side here. So we've got X's as well that we're playing around with. Oh my gosh. This is really not great, guys, because I don't know if I can show you that, if you can even make this out on camera, but here, these are, it's going to be a nightmare stitching this one, because you've got crosses in the same colour, and you've got an arrow pointing that way, you got a circle, but it's all kind of like, because the print is really not great, it's just blurred into one. And yeah, I don't think you'd be able to tell the difference. You'd have to go again by the chart, the hand chart on the paper, because otherwise you'd be sitting there all day with a magnifying glass. Let me have a look at it through a magnifying glass and see if I can see any clearer these symbols. Hang on, probably would help if there wasn't fingerprints on my magnifying glass, but that's kids for you. No, they are, even looking through the magnifying glass, they're blurry, because it's just the way it's been printed. It's not been printed well at all. And in fact, it looks like with some of the symbols that they've printed it once and then gone over it again with a different symbol, with that symbol there. So I'm trying to see if I can get you through my magnifying glass. This is my magnifying glass, guys. So Let me zoom you up. See, I don't know how, I've never done this before for a magnifying glass. So as you can see down here, around this sort of area, whoops, around this sort of area, it is just sort of like, it just looks like it's been double printed almost, you know, but it's just not right. It's just not right at all, these symbols. This kit, I'm afraid to say, is going to get a big thumbs down from me. A bit disappointing because I really like the design. I don't know, would I attempt to stitch it? Maybe, I don't know, but you'd have to have a lot of patience, guys. And I probably, if I am honest with you, I am stubborn enough to give it a shot. But yeah, if I'd pay, I'm not fussed about it that much because I haven't paid for it. But as a reviewer, as a product reviewer, I have to give my honest opinion. I can't recommend it. I can't say, yeah, it's great, go and buy it, you know, because it's not. The stamp is really poor quality, and obviously that's just my opinion. You might think otherwise, but you can see for yourself that the print isn't great. But let's have a look at the floss anyway, because I do like looking at the floss. And there's only 16 colours on this one, so not many at all. And again, it's 11 count Ada cloth with no other stitches. Okay. So you can see like a dark burgundy colour there. Let me get my handy piece of paper here so we can see the colours more clearly. Oh look, it's matching my top actually, that. There we go. So a real dark red burgundy sort of colour there. Another shade of like orangey red there next to it. A blue, a soft brown, a yellow, a purple, a red, and another purple there. And then we have a dark navy blue there. And then we have an orange, a lilac, another brown, a soft pinkish brown there. And then a light yellow, an orangey sort of colour that is. And then a yellow again. So yeah, that is the two kits for today's part one, which is a bit of a mixed review, I think, for today's. I'm quite shocked about this kit, to be honest with you, but I don't want to go on about it too much because I feel like I've spent enough time giving my opinion about it. But as I said, my opinion is just my opinion. Whether or not they remove it from their shelves is up to them, really. I can't tell them what to do. I can just say if I'd be happy or not to receive this kit, and I wouldn't. So right, okay, let me pack this all away and I will give you the prices now and the summary of the video. Okay, so just hold on 1 second. Okay guys, so I've been onto the website. I can't find the link. Well, the link I had for this one has been removed from the website, so I can't find it. but I will provide a link to Biggestcraft, and they do some amazing flower and floral designs on their website. In fact, I do have my eye on one, and I'm thinking I might just treat myself because I did get given some birthday money, so I might. I'm still thinking, shall I or shan't I, you know, when you see something you like. And this one, £6.48, the beach one, and that one is reduced to less than half price, so I'm wondering if it could be because the stamp quality isn't the greatest. So I mean, if you done counted cross stitch, would you care really if the stamp wasn't great? I don't know, as long as it comes out all right, which is the main thing. But if you're a beginner like me, then I rely quite heavily on the stamp still, and it is a beautiful picture. But anyway, so a bit of a mixed review from me here. So this one I don't have a price for, as I said, but this one I do. I will link both products in the video description box, along with a link to Biggestcraft. And as I said, I do have 2 more products to review from them, so please keep your eye out for the part 2 of this video. And thank you so much for watching this video. Sorry if it's been a bit of a Debbie Downer, you know, with the review on this one, but you know, that's, if someone gives me a product to review, even though I'm gifted it for free to review this, it does not mean that I am gonna not give you my honest opinion, guys, because you know, that's what it's about. I wouldn't be able to sleep easy at night knowing that I've given someone the go ahead and said, yeah, this is a great product, if it wasn't, if I didn't think it was. My loyalty is to my subscribers first and foremost, for them to get good value for money and, you know, a good product. That's what I want you to receive, because we want to enjoy our craft. So our crafting time, you don't want to be there struggling to see what the symbols are, you know. But anyway, please like, subscribe, share, comment down below, follow me on TikTok and Instagram on Crazy Borgies Diamond Art, and hit the little notification bell which will notify you of my future video uploads. Okay guys, take care, God bless, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now. Bye.